Hello, this is Anna Laura Brown of AnnaLauraBrown.com, and in this video I am going to share with you some common essential oil myths that I hear on a regular basis that quite frankly just are myths and they just aren't true. So let's get started with myth number one. So myth number one is that essential oils are dangerous for cats and dogs. Therefore, if you own a cat or a dog, you can't use essential oils. This could be nothing further from the truth. In fact, there are actually even vets out there that have started using essential oils with their cats and dogs, and with other kinds of animals. I personally have a dog, and I use essential oils all the time. I personally, at this point in time, she's not even 2 yet, really limit, and really I actually have only even put essential oils on her twice in her entire life. So I really don't purposely really give her essential oils or put them on her directly, but you know, she benefits in other ways a little bit indirectly from me using the diffuser and from her being around me, and I have them on me, and it's really not a problem at all. The biggest problem, and I think the reason that this myth occurs, is that yes, there are some essential oils that you have to be really careful with, and certain ones that you really can't use with dogs or cats, and some brands of essential oils, if they're not truly therapeutic and truly pure, even though they may say so on the bottle, because in the United States there's no regulation around what actually is pure and isn't pure. If they're not truly pure, like if they're the cheap, junky essential oils that a lot of people buy at Walmart or Amazon or other stores, then yes, those essential oils can be toxic to dogs and cats, because they're actually in some ways are even almost toxic to humans if used incorrectly. So one of the resources, and I'll link this below, that you can take a look at is this Essential Oils for Pets guidebook by Janet Rourke, who is a vet who uses essential oils in her practice on a lot of animals. And so yes, if you do it correctly and you take the time to educate yourself about it, then there's no problem with using essential oils with dogs or cats. It's when you're not properly educated or use the wrong brands or you don't know what you're doing that can cause problems. Okay, then essential oil myth number two is that essential oils can never be taken internally. And the reality is that yes, they actually can be taken internally. There are a lot of supplements out there that have essential oils in them. There are actually, if you will notice, or even things like gums and candy that contain them. And so yes, they can be, but the caveat to that is, again, you have to be really careful. You have to know which essential oil you're using internally. You have to know if the brand is one specifically designed for internal consumption, that kind of thing. So it requires education to make sure that you're doing it correctly. And of course, just like with the cats and dogs, there are certain essential oils, for example, Wintergreen being one that you would never ever take internally. So those are two of the common essential oils myths. Number three is that all essential oils are the same. And this is completely false. There are lots and lots of different essential oils, different brands out there on the market, and not all brands are the same. In fact, if you were to actually buy about 10 or 12 different kinds of, like a lemon, a pepper, a lavender, a melaleuca, tea tree, one of the common essential oils, and then take them all to a lab and have them tested, you would actually get different chemical profiles from all of them likely. And you would also find that some of them actually do contain synthetic components, whereas some of them probably wouldn't. So no, all essential oils are not the same, and the brand and the country of origin and all these different things, they all make a big difference. Essential oil myth number four is that the cheap essential oils are the same as more expensive ones. This couldn't be further from the truth as well. The price, to some degree, does impact the essential oil in the sense that, you know, citrus oils like lemon, lavender, lemon, lime, orange, things like that are always going to be cheaper than, say, like a rose essential oil. Rose is one of the most expensive essential oils there is, or a Melissa, things like that. But the cost, just because you go and compare, say you buy like 10 different essential oils, or you compare prices and notice that they're all different prices, the cheap lavender as opposed to the more expensive lavender. So let's say you buy compare prices on 5 different 15 milliliter bottles, and one is $5, one's $10, one's $20, one's $30, one's, you know, $40. That doesn't necessarily mean they're all going to be the same. Now, in most cases, the $5 one is not going to be anywhere near the quality that the more expensive ones are, but the absolute most expensive one isn't necessarily the best quality. So, you know, price doesn't necessarily dictate the quality, That said, if certain essential oils are super cheap, then you do want to be a little bit skeptical about the quality, because those that are the cheapest typically are not the highest quality, but the most expensive doesn't necessarily mean the best either. Essential oil myth number 5 that I hear pretty regularly is that all essential oils are dangerous for children. Now, this is completely false. There are some essential oils that should not be given to children, more specifically to children under the age of 6, and some essential oils that may not need to be diluted for adults that do need to be diluted for children, as well as some essential oils that you may be able to take internally as an adult that you can't take internally as a child. That said, for the most part, a lot of essential oils are safe if they are diluted properly and if they are taken in the proper amount of dosages for children. So to just automatically assume that all essential oils are toxic and not safe for children, it's completely false. And the thing that drives me, I think, even a little bit more nuts in this area is that you have, a lot of parents giving their children drugs and things that actually contain a lot of synthetics and harmful chemicals and toxins, and yet they freak out over the idea of giving a child an essential oil. Just makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. So, food for thought there. Common essential oil myth number 6 is that wintergreen essential oil isn't safe for any human, any animal, anything at all ever, and therefore it should never be used. Well, the reality is that while wintergreen essential oil can be toxic if used incorrectly, it is one of those ones that you never ever want to use internally, and it is one of those ones that should not be used around pets or, in women that are pregnant, so you have to be really, really careful with it. And personally, the brand of wintergreen essential oil that I used also comes with a safety cap for children on it and a warning not to use it in children under the age of 6. So it's one of those ones you have to be really careful with, and it has a similar chemical profile to that of what is in aspirin, which is one of the reasons that it is considered one that you have to be really, really careful with. It is not immediately dangerous and toxic in all forms, no matter where it comes from. So you do have to, this is again another one that you have to be really careful of the source of what that particular essential oil is. Okay, and common essential oil myth number 7, last but not least, all essential oils cause allergies. This is completely false. And now, it's not impossible to have an allergic reaction to an essential oil. There are a couple things to keep in mind. By default, essential oils do not contain the protein that typically causes allergens in a lot of people for a lot of things. So, for example, I can't really handle actual lavender in the sense of the lavender plant, but I can handle lavender essential oil. And in fact, lavender essential oil, when combined with lemon and peppermint, actually really helps soothe my allergies and seasonal threats and that kind of thing. But that said, if somebody has a really severe allergy to something, they could have a reaction to an essential oil. And yes, you could have an allergic reaction to an essential oil, but to automatically assume that essential oils are the cause of the allergies, or that somebody could be allergic to all essential oils, is just simply not true. So anyhow, let me recap the 7 common essential oil myths that I hear. Number 1, all essential oils are dangerous for cats, dogs, animals, other pets. Number 2, no essential oil should ever be taken internally. Number 3, all essential oils are the same. Number 4, cheaper essential oils and more expensive essential oils are the same, and it doesn't matter what the price is. Number 5, all essential oils are dangerous for children no matter what. Number 6, wintergreen essential oil is always dangerous and toxic. And number 7, essential oils cause allergies. If you would like to have a free wellness consultation and discuss with me how I can help you learn how to use essential oils safely and effectively, and even potentially qualify to try some free samples, go ahead and click the link that you'll find in this video and fill out the form, and I look forward to talking with you.